And hello, welcome to Thrones and Bones Norrøngard. And I'm Friday. This is the cast, and you can see all of their, little handles there. Dot is present, however, you can't see Dot. Welcome back, Dot, our producer for the show here. And if we could get a recap, we can bring you up to session 3 and then begin.
Yes. Last session, we all spoke with the Jarl of Nilmgard, who informed us that there have been some Svoltvar agents who've been patrolling the area, which is not necessarily odd, but a few of them, oh yes, they are on bats, which is delightful. A few of them supposedly dropped a note for them to find, saying that they want to defect. And the Jarl was a little sus about that. Wants to be nice, but also wants to protect his people. So he's like, hey, y'all are heroes. Why don't you go and meet with them for me, see if they're cool. And if they're cool, then you can bring them here. And if they're not, you can totally take care of that. And we were like, yeah, sure, totally. Can you get Tuomi a house, though? And he was like, yeah, sure. So that happened. Tuomi supposedly has a house if we do this, which is fantastic. After that, however, we ended up going to an inn to sleep, and happened to wake up to find some runes painted on Sighild's wall and Ectelina's ceiling. Finding a golden earring on the windowsill of one of the rooms. Somebody snuck into the rooms during the night and didn't kill us, just painted these runes. Who knows what's happening? So I believe we left off with Toki, Sighild, and Ectelina, after investigating the runes, being like, well, nothing we can do. They didn't kill us, so let's go back to sleep. Except Sighild and Ectelina didn't go back to sleep. They just sat there in their rooms for the rest of the night. And that's where we pick up.
Very cautious people, obviously.
I mean, somebody just broke into our rooms without us knowing and painted stuff on the walls. So, I think we're justified to be a little paranoid.
There was that one time we were domestic terrorists. And,
Oh, yeah.
So maybe we should be a little bit more cautious.
Right.
Did I do that? Ooh.
You have to stop. Bjorn is not speaking for the rest of the session.
I can't believe you just hit us with the uwu.
Blocked and
I'm
banned.
sorry. I'll refrain from speaking for the rest of the session.
Oh my god.
Wait, no, I was kidding. Please stop.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. So it is a morning time in Nilmgard. What are we doing?
Depending on everybody's doors. Good morning, everyone. Time to wake up in the usual routine of her. She's a morning person. So
is Talami packing up his stuff.
Bjorn, can I tell you something that happened last night?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're probably going to tell everyone over breakfast anyway, but last night, Toki and Sighild woke me up, and do you know what I saw when I opened my eyes?
What did you see?
A big rune on the ceiling that was painted in blue paint, just like what Toki got, and it's really scary, but I still think Toki did it a little bit.
Well, if Toki did it, then there's really nothing to worry about now, is there?
Yeah, but the worry part comes from what if Toki didn't do it, and it was in fact someone that broke into our hotel room?
Oh, yeah, that would be bad. Are they here now? And can I punch them?
No, they're
Then
gone. I would have told you so you could punch them before.
Yeah, then there's not really much to do about it. But let's remember that we're all here and we're all family, and so we're looking out for one another. And if you ever feel in danger, I'm here.
Bjorn,
Oh, yeah.
they got stove cakes.
Oh, they got cakes. I'm sorry. I have to go.
I'll
talk
go
more-
with you.
Talk more about breakfast.
Yeah, we'll break the bad news over breakfast. I'm sure Seekilda and Toki want to talk about it anyway, because it was super weird.
Okie dokie. I'm coming, Sten.
Not many left.
Bjorn books it like fast.
Thunk, thunk.
This is the
Thunk.
fastest. The foundation is probably shaking. This is the
Salami's
fastest.
holding
this room
on
has
onto the
ever
earthquake.
run.
stair rail as he was going down. He was like sliding down the rail, but then it starts like jostling as Bjorn comes stomping.
Pardon me.
Saved your plate, he says. Sten says, pushing it over as he continues his porridge.
You're a true friend, Sten. And Bjorn just tears into him.
Well, good morning. Seakild
Mm.
muscles her way into the table with a big plate of food. So we had some interesting stuff happen last night. Was
I think-
woken up.
I think Toki should explain what happened.
Bjorn also kind of turns to look at Toki to see if there's any sign of
As you turn to look at
nervousness.
Toki, you don't see Toki. Toki is coming down the steps after everybody's already sat for breakfast, and he looks very groggy and haggard. His makeup is all smeared all over his face, and he looks very tired, like he didn't really get a good night's sleep. And he will kind of just come over the table with his staff in hand and plop down where he can with an exhaustive "Ugh."
Oh,
Morning,
good morning,
sunshine.
Toki. Long
You
night.
okay?
Yes, I didn't sleep too well after our escapades.
What did you do
Okay.
last night?
Paint ceilings.
Well, there was a break-in in Sighild and Ectelina's rooms, and the person who went in had painted these runes. And he reaches into his belongings and pulls out a sheet of paper that has the charcoal runes written on them. And he slaps it down on the table and slides it out to everyone. And these were on the ceiling and the wall. And I've been trying to remember what their significance is and why someone would do this. And I didn't really sleep very well, so I'm sorry if I'm a little cranky today.
It's today.
Why is
well-
Seekild's are detailed and pretty, and mine is very pointy?
Would
Before you
I
answer that-
recognize these at all, or no?
No.
Before you answer that, I just want to say, if it was one of us who did it, we all understand. If for a moment you forgot what you were doing, if it was one of us, just want to say we're very supportive and are not upset in any way.
Bjorn,
Pranks are really cool, but only if you own up to them for the street credit.
Bjorn, if
So-
I could remember, I would turn you into a frog.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Never been
You're
a frog
not
before.
upset. You're not upset that I painted your toenails last night when you were sleeping with some of the leftover paint?
I think we should focus back on the issue
Oh.
at hand.
One of us is a
We-
dirty prankster.
We also found a golden earring outside my window that was open. So I don't think it was any of us.
How do you
Well,
open an earring?
You're,
Oh, the window. The window. The window
you
was
are
open.
so
All right.
lucky that you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Ectelina.
Right. Toki, do you still have the earring?
Yeah, I do. I'll
So
put it onto the table and slide it out next to the paper.
we should keep an eye out for somebody of privilege who might be missing one of these. So take a good look at it and just keep an eye out. Again, this person could have easily killed us in our sleep, but just
Well-
painted these runes. So
Can I take a look at that? And Bjorn's gonna pick it up. Does it have any like strong kind of like perfume or anything? Like anything
No, there's not a lot of adornment on it. It's just a plain, very, I suppose you could call it plain golden earring.
Ooh. Well, then Bjorn just kind of puts it back on the table for everyone.
We do.
Seeing as
What's that, Toki?
well, I was going to say that seeing as we are supposed to leave for our journey this morning, I doubt we'll be looking for anyone with an earring. But when we get back to town, we should definitely inquire with the Jarl.
Mm.
You're
True.
very smart. You're very smart. Smart enough to sneak into our rooms and paint little pictures on the wall and convince us that it was magic.
Listen, Nectarlina, I'm not saying that I thought it was him too, but I did go to his room first to check. I don't think it was him.
I've got my eyes on you.
So
Even if I did do it, they're good runes, Ectelina. They're not.
Then why is it pointy?
Why don't we get started and head on out?
Okay,
Oh,
you're right.
Yeah,
you're
that
right.
sounds good. I ate my cake, so I'm ready to go.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, I forgot
Should
to
we
grab
leave
it.
before the housekeeper notices that somebody's painted the interior of their rooms?
Oh, I already let the housekeeper know. Don't want to, don't want to be rude.
I'm not washing off a room that someone else painted, but you're right. We should probably get going while it's still bright outside.
I just paid a little extra as a little apology, even though it wasn't technically our faults. Anyways, let's go.
So as you are approaching the exit to the inn, you find a familiar face, Eivor, who is waiting for you with a rolled up piece of parchment that she hands over to you all. Here you go. This would be
Thank you.
the route that you'll be wanting to take.
Sigil will be the one to take it and make eye contact with her and give a big smile and just be like, well, maybe when we're back, we can actually, talk about some kind of a strength competition like we were, joking about the other day after you. Anyways, we should, after we get back, anyway, it's all good.
Oh, I'm sure you'd like that. And she turns to leave.
I would.
She
Anyways.
meant, hate to see you go, love to watch you leave.
Well, here's the map. Let's go.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to have Sten just to praise the map with his, because he's pretty good at finding his way through the wilderness, and he's going to sort of assess where orientate and start sort of plan out a route, sort of getting ready to lead the party across the terrain. If that's all right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead and make a, let's call it a survival check.
Can I help since I would know the area?
I rolled really low. I got a 9. So I'm like, yep, it's holding it upside down. We need to walk directly into the sea.
Oh, that doesn't sound too good for you.
You can add the help action, so you can roll again.
I'm helping you, Sten.
Just turn the map back
As-
upright.
Yeah,
15 that time.
Salami will just reach over and then just turn it over for you.
Oh, this is one of those city folk maps. Yeah.
We read right to left. Y'all read right left to right.
So, yeah, you think that there is a decent pathway leading a particular path past a Hodur shrine in town. You're just gonna have to get going because it is quite a ways, and it's gonna take all day to make the journey, perhaps two.
Well, I love morning hikes. I don't know about all of you, but it just really gets the adrenaline pumping, and there's nothing better than the cold, fresh morning air against your skin. So let's get going.
Okie dokie.
I still got the ring of warmth, so I'm good. By the way,
Sorry,
if
if
somebody
you
wants
set your
this,
head
I've had
down-
this for like days, so.
Oh yeah, you've had it since the ship. Also, if my head's down, I'm just taking notes, so don't mind me.
Okay. So are we going to be setting out? Who's the pacemaker here? Who's determining the pace? Like who's up front?
I feel like it should be. I feel like it should be Tulami. You know, big leader, big strong.
Big
Logically,
strong boy.
that makes sense.
Growing
Strong
boy.
Growing sense of
so
responsibility.
We
Gonna be
are
a
going
homeowner
into
soon.
the dark elf woods. I'm just
I guess with
saying.
great power comes great responsibility. So,
How fast are you marching there, Tulami?
I mean, I'm try to go fast, but like I don't want to
Fast.
get exhausted
Gotta go
at the end of the
fast.
day.
Fast, normal, or slow?
Oh, okay. Normal,
Normal. Okay.
and then we'll gauge how far we get, and that will determine if I go faster.
Okay. I need you to make a survival check.
Can I help out? Can we both be leading the charge, and can I give the help action?
Woody, please DM. Ooh.
Woo-woo,
So what would I
please.
You
add
will
to
get
that?
banned. You will get banned. I'm calling the moderators.
What would the help action
Please?
add to that?
Nothing.
Okay.
So
Well, I rolled a 19, so
okay.
See, you don't even need it. You're great.
Yeah. So as you make your way outside of town, you can feel the breeze from the sea starting to, get cut off by some of the mountain passes. You start winding your way through, and you can see that the stone itself appears to be sort of ancient and generally not. The road itself and the passageway through the mountains is not well defined by any of the infrastructure that you might build from like city to city. It appears like mostly a natural path. As you can see, some greenery and the moss and such as you're winding your way upward through the mountain. And you notice as you're making your way through, you recall a story of an ancient path, which makes your journey a little bit easier as you, instead of going the way where it slopes against the sea and you're not battered by wind the entire time, you kind of find a little cubby to snake your way through. And the first few hours of the journey go relatively easy, and you make your way about 4 or 5 miles before you take a moment to reorient yourself. If I could get a secondary survival check.
I imagine we maybe stop and take a look at the map. Who would be looking at the map?
Sten sort of has been trying to call out sort of direction and stuff, but then Tulami finds the small snicket and sort of Sten looks a bit deflated, but he sort of follows on afterwards. He's trying to help keep pace and lend assistance.
Since we're starting to get a little bit closer to our destination, Toki would reveal to the group his plan as he sits. Who's holding the map now? It's still you, Sten? Yeah, so he would kind of walk up to Sten and put a hand on his shoulder and look at the map and trace it with his finger. All right, so I was thinking, since we're meeting these Sveltafar agents, we should be quite cautious. I want to make sure that we kind of have a leg up on them if need be. I'm thinking I'll turn into one of those owls again, and I'll spy on them, or at least hide in the trees while the rest of you go and meet with them. And while he's having his hand on Sten's shoulder, he's going to pat him and cast guidance for your next survival check.
Okay, so nods, and so you can do that whenever you want.
If I'm remembering correctly, more or less, yes.
We will be in a cave. They'll be able to see in the dark and such. Won't they notice a big owl floating around at the top of the cave?
Is that what the location said? Cave?
you have to go through, and he sort of traces his finger up towards where the Jotun Hall starts. So we'll be moving through the pass to the cave and meeting them in a location within. But it might be, your idea might be good for making sure there's nothing waiting at the entrance for us.
Maybe I could maybe try and do something else, like a little rat or a bat or something.
Choose.
I think the sexy rat has been TM'd by another creation group.
I think a bat's a great idea.
All right, well, I guess when we get closer, we'll know a bit more.
Okay. So
Speaking of Jotunhall, sorry. Speaking of Jotunhall, I wonder if that spear's still there. Wouldn't that be something?
That really would. The one that the giant left, hopefully left. It'd be
Hopefully.
very, very fun.
Oh, I'd love to get my hands on that.
Cool. The tail of the spear doesn't sound quite as grabbing. Tail of the giant? That sounds good.
Oh, that's a good one. Write that one down.
I plan on it, but we have to do it first. And then I can exaggerate everything that happened to make us sound like gods.
Oh.
Okay, so I've been given guidance, and I'm going to help navigate, I guess, with a survival roll. Is that right?
Yeah, you can roll survival.
Yeah, I think I accidentally rolled, but you can ignore that. I thought you were asking me to.
I got 21 plus a D4.
21.
21. And then I got a 1 on the 20. So it's 22 in total.
Okay. Okay. So the path winds upward to where two natural arches connect to each other on the either side of a tall spire of rock, atop which you see the ruins of an old tower up ahead. And this looks like the swiftest way to get the direction that you're going.
So it's like a span of stone across some sort of precipice.
It is, yeah.
Can I
Get close to
try?
the ambush.
Does it look creepy, spooky?
Does it look creepy, spooky?
Creepy. Does it look like it is haunted by the spirits of the past?
Does it look like it's haunted by the spirits of the past?
Just from like an author standpoint, if I was to write a story about this tower and make a drawing of it, does it look like it would fit really well in a story? The spooky wizard tower.
I suppose so. So as you look at it, the upper levels are not present. It is just like the first level, and the rest has kind of been worn away with time. As you can see the vines and sort of the greenery, and you can see some just fallen stones and such. And as you peer down into the pit below, you can see that it is not present either.
The buttresses were all that remained of the once great tower.
Excellent note taking.
Does it look like a sort of same sort of construction as the buildings in Nilgard, or does it perhaps look like it's being built by the hand of a different culture?
It looks ancient, and it's difficult to make sense of the architecture. This definitely doesn't look like Nilmgard built this, because they don't really have many towers of this size. This appears to be about 125 feet wide. It's fairly large.
Never seen anything that big.
Very interesting.
Do you think that we should go take a look at it? Or do you think
Absolutely, we should.
Okay, cool. I was thinking the same thing, but I did not want to walk up to it by myself, so...
Oh, I can go.
I'll go with you. Chilami starts walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and tiptoe up to the precipice.
You can
Walk
move.
slowly.
You can move your tokens in Foundry. So
Token time.
As you all are moving your way through the watchtower itself, you can hear the breeze start to pick up, and there's a very strong wind that starts to surround the watchtower, but you're shielded against that initially. And as you step into the watchtower, you can see off to one side are some skeletal remains of a very large creature that is sort of just laying there at the throes of its last moments of life.
What kind of creature does it look like?
You can see that it's an enormous boar slumped against one wall, with its tusks tangled in the thick vines that cover all the interior walls. And opposite the bones, you can see a circular staircase that travels partway around the circumference of the inner wall, terminating at a small platform in all that remains of the second floor.
This would
Bad
have
feeling
been,
about this.
It looks like the end of a mighty hunt. Can you imagine the party that would go out to chase a boar like that, of that size? It must have been incredible.
Toki's going to approach the bones and make an investigation to see if he can tell how it might have died.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation. So if you, Toki, you're crouching down by the skeleton.
Investigation. 9.
So as you're kind of peering at the skeleton, and you don't notice as the vines suddenly reach out to grab at both your ankles and your hands, and I need you to make a strength check.
Oh no.
Or a strength saving throw, sorry.
R.I.P. Toki Part 2.
13.
13. You are entangled as you all see the vines reach out and wrap around Toki's limbs and pull you to the ground. And we now need to roll initiative.
Oh!
Toki!
Oh, that's not good.
Amazing.
Not good at all.
This is an 8 against the vines. The tail of the plant monster. Let's go.
Delina immediately just whips out her book and is just like, I have to write.
I have to impress the Jarl when we get back. I want it to be a really good story.
I understand. I'm sure she'll be great. Old and 18.
It has to be perfect.
Toki, what'd you roll?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to roll.
We're for sure not letting you die this time, so that's
13.
really good.
All right. And as you all turn to look at Toki, and Toki, you see directly in front of you, rising from the skeleton, is the form of an incorporeal beast that appears in the form of a spectral boar as it rears up at you.
Cool.
And I shall roll initiative for this boar.
Nice.
I suppose there's no more need for imagining, Lena. I guess we get to do it ourselves.
Seagild, it is currently your turn. What would you like to do?
Sieghild, immediately upon seeing Toki being dragged to the ground and a spectral boar show up, is going to be a smart fighter and run up and attack the spectral boar with her sword. Because hitting ghosts with swords is always a good idea. 13 to hit.
That will hit.
Yay, I love to see it. Alright, that is going to be 5 slashing damage to the ghost.
Okay.
And as she does so, she is going to look down to Toki and just be like, I'm not leaving your side this time.
Ugh. Ugh, get me out of here.
What? Busy fighting the bull. And I believe that is going to be my turn.
All right. And what weapon do you have, Seagild?
I have a long sword. I do not have the magic sword. I
Okay.
gave that to Tulami.
Sure. Toki, it's currently your turn. You are held down by these vines, and you have a very large spectral boar in front of you. What are you doing?
I would like to try and release myself from these vines.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay. 15.
You manage to wrest yourself free as you break the vines, pulling on them.
Awesome. And then, does that use my action?
It does.
Okay. I'm going to try and roll and crawl away from the boar and stumble to get back up.
And as you stumble away, the boar reaches out with his tucks and slams into you, and you
I'm going
feel...
to use my reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack by thrusting my shield between them.
What is your AC?
My
Toki?
AC is currently 13.
Okay. Hits you, and you take 14 necrotic damage, and I need for you to make a Constitution saving throw.
They didn't teach us about this type of spirit in school.
6.
Your maximum hit points are reduced by that amount as well. So you take 14 damage, and your max is reduced by that much.
Nice.
As you feel the necrotic energy into your body, and you feel your insides start to pull inward and rot.
That's dandy.
Welcome to combat! Tulami,
Love it.
it is currently your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, I'm going to move 30 feet. I will do that. And then I'm going to use my crossbow and shoot the spectral boar.
Okay.
So it looks like it's a 25 to hit.
That definitely hits, yeah.
And then I don't think it's... Is it sneak attack since Toki's there?
Toki's
Or
not there.
Sighild, I
Sighild
mean.
is there, so yes.
The tokens are tiny, my bad. 16 damage. 6
Okay.
piercing,
6 piercing.
10 sneak attack.
Ugh. Ugh. I don't like any of that. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. And that is your turn. Bjorn, what would you like to do?
Oh, you know it's time to rage. So
I do? Okay.
you do. We all know it. It is inevitable. I'm going to use my bonus action to rage, and then I'm going to move 30 feet and stand right next to Sighild and take a big old swing with my new weapon gifted to me by the Jarl and Dwarf King, Eichen Scaldi. And that is a 23 to hit
That hits.
for 11 slashing damage.
Okay.
Say, you may be mighty, beast, but I'm mightier. And
All right.
that's all I got.
That's all you got? Okay.
That is going in my book.
All right. Legendary action. The spectral boar is going to use its whirlwind tusk and spin around in a circle to attempt to gore both Bjorn and Sighild.
See it.
So to hit Bjorn, that is an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And for Sighild, that is a 17 to hit.
Just misses, so blocks it with the shield, but just barely.
Okay. And Bjorn, you take 12 necrotic damage, and I need you to make a
Con save?
a strength saving throw and a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, both. Fun. Good thing I'm proficient in both of them. That's 15 for the strength save.
Okay, you are not knocked prone.
And then 8 for the Constitution save. Great, love it.
You are reduced by 12 of your maximum HP, and you take 12 necrotic damage as you feel the tusk pass through your body, and you feel your insides start to twist and turn and shrink and shrivel up.
You may be mightier than I originally anticipated.
Ectelina, it's currently your turn. What would you like to do?
I am on mute. Now I am not. Okay, so Ectelina is going to sprint up, rapier in hand. Let's do this. Two, right about there. I'm going to unmute myself so I can do this freely. All right, and then she is going to cast Suggestion as the words drip like honey out of her mouth. Why don't you leave the two of them alone? Don't hit them.
Suggestion, can you put that in chat, please? And that is a wisdom saving throw. Is it considered a charm effect?
It says magically influence. Okay, let me just display the whole thing because Cass doesn't put the whole thing.
I can push the button, yeah, I'm looking at it. Magically influence. Okay, so as you attempt to...
It says creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect.
Correct. So as you say those words, and normally you're used to people doing whatever you'd like them to do, Ectelina, but as you suggest those things to this spectral boar, there is no effect.
This boar is a son of a gun. Regardless, Toki, we will not let you fall anymore, and I will give you bardic inspiration with the power of my words, for I am a songstress.
Love it. Okay.
That is my turn.
Cool. Stan, currently your turn. What would you like to do?
So Sten sort of reaches for the horn, because he's got his cloak down at the moment, so he parts it up and grabs his battered sort of silver inlaid horn, and he seems to be sort of muttering a prayer. But then, as he sees the vine shrouded bones sort of whirlwind round, knocking almost knocking over the immense Harvey, he changes his tack and sort of steps forward. And then just releases a blasting peal from his horn, which sort of the air forming around it into a charging boar of its own, glittering with burning blue eyes, which rams into the enemy boar as he casts guiding bolt on its target.
Boar violence.
Delicious guiding bolt.
Give me some guiding bolt, so I'll cast it. Normal roll. I get a 15. What was that? So wait a second. That's against.
It hits, yeah.
Yeah, it hits. So that's 46 damage, which is 17 radiant damage.
All right, and you see as the boars collide and the shimmering magic is left on the boar. I believe the next person has advantage on attack. Mm-hmm. All right, would you like to do anything else, Stan?
He's going to use his last action just to draw his shield off his back, and it's got the emblem of the Jarl of Ringholm, and he's not covered it over. He's not that rude, and he's going to get ready to move in next turn. So that's his turn.
All right, legendary action. The boar is going to charge Ectelina, and how far is that? Oh yeah, just enough. Cool. All right, so it is going to move away. Both. You need to decide who's swinging first with advantage. Either Bjorn.
I already took my reaction.
Okay, so Bjorn, you have an attack of opportunity at
Nice.
advantage as the spectral boar charges up and starts to rampage towards Ectelina.
My eyes are wide
The
with
24
fear.
to hit.
That hits, yeah.
Rolling damage. That's a 13 plus 2 because I'm raging, so 15 points of damage.
Okay. All right, and this charge looks like it is a 14 to hit, Ectelina.
Meets it beats.
That's unfortunate. All right. So you take 18 necrotic damage, and I need for you to make a strength saving throw and a constitution saving throw.
A 19 strength, 9 constitution.
All right, so your hit points are reduced by that amount of necrotic damage as the spectral boar charges and shoves its tusks into you. And you feel the necrotic energy starting to tear up your insides. You are not knocked down, however. So there's that.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I love it.
Back to the spectral boar's turn. His first turn, in fact. And it is going to look to Tulami and charge Tulami.
Why would he do
I
that?
am taking this attack of
My
opportunity.
It will be passing through Sten as well, so it will be hitting Sten as it passes through Sten, and then, or attempting to, and then also hitting Tulami. So as it charges away, go ahead and roll your attack of opportunity, Ectelina.
A 24 to hit
Yeah, that hits, sure.
Oh.
for 8 piercing damage.
Okay, cool. So as this boar charges ahead, it attempts to gore Sten. However, I rolled only a 10, so Sten, you managed to leap out of the way. And then it reaches Tulami for a 15 to hit.
15 is my armor class.
Okay,
That hits.
here we go. You take...
Alright, no more combat anymore.
We go back to being angry at each other.
15 necrotic damage as the boar passes through you to the other side. And I need for you to make a strength saving throw and a constitution saving throw to Tulami.
Do I get an attack of opportunity as it moves past me, or is it because it was goring at me that I don't?
You can if you'd like.
Okay, as well. Give it a go.
What'd you get on your strength and your
Strength
con?
is 16, Constitution 15.
Okay, you make both, so you do not lose out of your max HP. You still take the full damage.
So that was 15 damage though?
Mm-hmm.
Sten doesn't hit with a 7. He
Literally
fumbles
took
with his axe.
This thing literally took out half my total HP, so.
Same.
Round 2.
Okay, dice from me.
Seaguild. It is currently your turn. What would you like to do? You are muted.
No, I didn't say anything. I was just making a face. Sieghild is going to run up to in front of Toki, crouching down next to him real quick and placing a hand on him, and she is going to use her newly acquired lay on hands and give him how
So
everybody
my
who got
max-
hit is looking pretty bad, right?
Yeah, but our max HP has been reduced, so our max HP is now
our max-
If
currently.
we're
that's
going based
right.
off max, I look at full health.
Yeah.
So
So
I don't think that's the question, though.
that's fair. Was it reduced?
I'm being torn apart by death on the inside.
Most people had their max reduced.
Okay. Oh,
Only
and-
Tulami passed their con save.
Okay, so and everybody who got their HP reduced, it was the full amount of the damage. So there's okay. That's the
Nothing
part
to heal.
misunderstood. Yep. Well, never mind.
I would say ignore me, but I feel like I'm the only one who can have more than I already have.
Sten, noticing sort of Sighild moving forward, is like, everybody gather up. It can't charge at us. It's just pulling us apart. We're all separated like this.
I don't know what's gathering.
Are you saying he can't charge us if we're all together?
We can help each other if we're closer to each other.
I got a shield. Somebody get behind my shield, please. I think she's just going to stay in front of. No, I lied. I can move 10 more feet. So she's going to get a little bit closer, and she is going to just use one of her newly acquired daggers. And she is going to throw a dagger at the ghost.
Okay.
Because she is so helpful right now.
Go ahead.
21 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Ooh, 7 piercing damage.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. And I believe that is going to be her turn. Double check. Unless I can throw 2 daggers with one as a bonus action, because I believe they count as a... What is it, a light weapon? Sorry, I'm just pulling up the 2-weapon fighting. What main weapon is... Well, that's melee. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
All right. Legendary action. The spectral boar is going to move. And you see it slip through the floor.
Oh, good. I'd love to see
Like
that.
that.
One fear.
I have no fears. Boar slips to the floor. I have one fear.
Toki, it is currently your turn. The spectral
Toki-
boar has vanished.
Yeah, Toki is stumbling around and looking around for the boar, and he looks at everyone and he's like, "Oh, dang it!" And he's gonna clap his staff and his shield together, and he's going to transform himself into a giant owl again.
I'm not
Okay.
saying that this does not bode well. We just remember the signs from last time. The gods had
Wow.
tried to tell us something. They don't like owls very much.
All right, let me pull up the sheet. Oopsie. Okay. So now that I'm an owl, I'm going to fly into the air 30 feet above everything. And I'm going to try and keep an eye out for the boar. And that's it.
Okay. Tulami, it's currently your turn. What would you like to do?
So can we run, or are we sticking around to see if he shows back up again? Because I'm gonna run unless we're sticking around, because I don't want to. Yeah. So unless someone stops me and he starts running.
I think it'd be fine to run. I'd rather us all live.
Spirit might be bound to this place. Try and get across the bridge.
And I guess I can use a dash. I'll go move 60 feet.
Okay. Cool. And is that your turn? All right. Legendary action. The boar appears near Bjorn and charges him. That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I need you to make a con and a strength saving throw.
All right. Well, that's a 22 on the strength save. And that's a 23 on the con save.
Wow. Okay. You take 15 necrotic damage as the boar charges through you
One times.
and passes through the wall on the other side. Bjorn, it's currently your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, down to my half of my current max HP. Not able to see the boar. Bjorn is going to bonus action dash his way over to Lami and make sure that the boar doesn't jump him over here.
Okay.
And just kind of looking out and waiting to get jumped again. Hopefully it's him and not Talami, but that's all I got.
Cool. Back to Lena. Currently your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to use my 30 feet to get right about here. I don't know how far away this boar is, but I'm going to use old reliable anyway, because I don't need to see it. As Lena begins whispering a sort of melody to herself, you could see that the magic of the spirits dance in the air, and she casts dissonant whispers.
And dissonant whispers, you don't need to see the creature.
Nope, they just need to be in range, which is 60
you
feet.
Believe that this creature is within 60 feet of you?
I don't know if I believe it in my heart of hearts, but, it might as well.
No, it is. I'm just fucking with you. Okay. Okay. Sorry. It does not make it, so you can go and roll damage.
It is 15 psychic damage.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Take this. The other spirits will not defend you in death, you stupid boar.
Okay. Cool. I love it. All right, Sten. It's currently your turn.
Sten time. Okay, so Sten is going to look around with his shield raised, sort of scanning the sort of ragged, broken down walls of the space and the sort of loathe vines that are clinging to it. And then he's going to notice everybody's sort of heading towards the bridge, and he's going to back up as well to try and follow suit. And then when he moves that far, he's going to hold his horn in preparation after putting his axe back into its loop. And I'm going to ready in action to cast Turn Undead as soon as the boar becomes into view and can see me.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, you see the boar's snout first, and its tusks pop out through the floor.
That's kind of cute, though.
With
a little bit.
its eyes focused on you, Sten. Do you still turn undead despite how cute this spectral boar is?
Can I retroactively bardically inspire? Because I forgot.
Do a charisma saving.
Can you? I'm gonna say.
I understand if it's a no. I will cry though.
Are you really going to make her cry?
Yeah, you wouldn't
Who are
make.
you bardically inspiring?
It was going to be a toss-up between Sikild and Sten. I don't think Sten needs it right now, so Sikild, my beloved shield maiden.
What's your save DC on the turn undead?
13.
13? I'm sorry to say that this boar is not turned. However,
It turned.
It does have a present for you. As it charges for you,
It can't come anywhere near me, by the way. It can't come within 30 feet of me, because it is frightened after dissonant whispers.
it can't come near you.
Yeah, it's frightened of me now.
Oh, good.
It can't move towards you. It can move towards Sten.
Yeah, but that's coming right near me. Within 10 feet.
It's not moving towards you. It's moving towards Sten.
But it's within 10 feet. But it's...
Sten tries to blow on his horn, but he sort of lets it to the side on the strap and brings his shield up.
Okay.
It was a stunning blow.
That is... I need a strength and a con saving throw from you, Sten, as it moves up to charge you and pierce you with its tusk.
You didn't say what the AC was versus.
What? I rolled an 18.
Oh, okay. So I thought
Yeah, it's a 23 to hit. You wanna?
No, I thought you were. I thought you just assumed it was a hit, and I was going to be like, "Oh no, yes, I'm definitely less than that." Yes, I'll make those saves and stop trying to meme. 1 moment. So it's a strength and constitution saving for this.
Yeah.
Say. Okay, so I'll roll that one, and then I'll roll that one.
I'm just saying, friend, you're supposed to spend your turns getting as far away from somebody as possible.
Are you arguing with the DM? That doesn't sound like a wise proposition given the current circumstances. I got a 10 on the strength and a 12 on the constitution.
Okay. You are knocked prone, and you take 7 necrotic damage, and you need to reduce your max by 7 necrotic damage as the boar passes through you. And it charges away from Ectelina because it's afraid of Ectelina. All right. You can make an attack of opportunity if you'd like, Sten.
Sure, I'll give that a go. Why not?
Yeah.
Give it a swing. No.
What
Rolled
was
a
it?
1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Too bad.
Was it
okay?
close enough that I could have made an attack of opportunity? Because it was like right in front of me.
Yeah, it's a big creature. Sure.
Neat. Thanks. I
Mhm.
appreciate that. I appreciate you, Friday. 23 to hit.
That hits. Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
6 slashing damage.
Wouldn't you know it? That's just what you needed. Please describe how you finished this spectral boar.
Inspired by Ectelina and her beautiful words and flowing hair, Sieghild immediately just puffs up her chest and just takes a hefty swing at this thing, and I imagine as she swings through the spectral boar, it just sort of dissipates. I'm assuming, considering it is a joust. It looks sick as heck, though.
A joust. Slay the
joust.
joust.
Okay. And as the spectral boar vanishes and dissipates into a fog-like substance, we are exiting combat.
Is it gone for good? That felt... Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's maybe looking at this place, you should probably guess at first glance that it is haunted, but a giant boar was not my first assumption.
You did
mine.
literally start writing like a ghost story as we were walking up to this, so we should have probably guessed.
I went to school for it. I mean,
Ghost stories?
you're telling me there's no art to ghost stories?
I'm just
There's
surprised. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's really cool, actually. You could tell fun stories, and sometimes, if your stories are good enough and the gods like them, you could get powers. A little gift. Way better than a pointy rune, I'll tell you what. That rune scares me. I think about it every 5 minutes.
A what?
The rune? In my room? On my
the
ceiling?
rune.
Dripping onto my face?
I thought you
The
said
room
pointy room, and I was like, oh, were you in a tower or something? Anyways,
Is
we've been
anyone
sitting
else
at the
really tired?
edge of this a tower, and it hasn't shown back up, so I think it's dead. I'm gonna take a quick look around. I didn't get hit. You all, please stay safe over here.
You guys see a giant owl circling above you guys, cawing very angrily.
Oh, is that another? Oh no, that's Turkey. Okay.
Ah! It's good! Down here!
Toki lands next to Ectelina and taps the ground with his beak.
I didn't
pack
pack bird
regal
feed.
and majestic.
I think I have like a seed or something, like pumpkin seeds. She starts going through her bag. I don't know what to feed. Oh, somebody help me. He died before I was able to
rats.
figure this out last time.
I know they eat small creatures. Sieghild is going to start taking a look around to see if there is anything left over here. Now that we know this was haunted, which feels like this might be a
Don't go near
place.
those vines.
Oh, those? Ah! No, I'm kidding. staying wary of the vines, of course.
Okay, so as you are peering through the local area, you can see a wooden linden shield that's inlaid with orichalcum with a stylized representation of 3 goat heads in a circle.
Is this
Yes.
something a symbol I recognize?
They're goat heads. No,
And
there's
you
no
said this
like
was on the shield?
iconography associated.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just burned into it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
It looks like this, and I will share it with you in the Discord.
It up.
Boop boop.
Opening Discord again because I closed it like a little fool, jingling my way down onto
Well, I
Discord
am
lane.
living for the cat that's just chilling right now.
It is very cute. Ooh, that's a very pretty
You
shield.
vibing.
All right.
She will take the shield, sling it over her shoulder with her other shield for the moment, and take a look at it a little closer later. But
Once you attune to it, then you know what it is. So that's like the bypass method. You don't need identifier or anything like that. You find out what it is once you attune to it. So it does a lot of fun stuff. There you go. And that's where we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in 10 minutos. 10 minutes. And welcome back to Thrones and Bones, Norrøngard. All of our party is still alive, much to my disappointment. We have a... Actually, it's still going. Okay. We have the giveaway results. If we want to drum roll, draw that. And amusing cat, if you can. Actually, Dot is going to send you a message, amusing cat. And you just need to provide Dot on the little Twitch DMs your email, and then you will get emailed your giveaway winnings into PDFs.
For a split
Congrats!
second, I thought the prize was
Congratulations.
amusing cat. You got an amusing cat
The
for this
prize was the
giveaway.
cat.
For
This
the
cat isn't
prize,
as
amusing
amusing
cat.
as this cat wasn't as amusing as I was originally led to believe. And
A little bit.
I won a new prize.
All right. And thank you so much. And happy birthday, Kobold Press. Okay.
Happy birthday, Global Press!
Yay.
Woo!
Okay. Back to the campaign of pain and suffering.
The campaign.
suffering.
Give me more. I need more suffering.
All will know of these poor upon our return to Midgard.
Everyone in this party is a masochist. Just want to put that out there.
That's why I picked a class that would allow me to take maximum damage.
So
I
Stan's
told
looking a bit
you, this
nervous.
is how it all would have ended up. I wouldn't have joined. I'm just saying.
So
Stan's-
after receiving or finding this magic shield,
Yeah.
Sighild is returning to the rest of the group and sort of looking it over and looking between it and her normal shield. And she'll look up to the rest of the group and say, does anyone need a shield? It looks like this is pretty fancy.
I could use a very stiff drink, but I don't think that comes with the shield.
I have this one that the dwarf Jarl gave, but I don't really like that I'm using it. Maybe we could swap.
Sure, here, if you want this one. I'm keeping my shield. It's not magic or anything, just, sentimental value. But here. And she'll hand over the lost it. The Brucey shield? Brucey? He-Goat's
Brucey.
shield.
Sten will look it over. It's like, well, I guess I appreciate goats a lot more than rulers
And boats.
and boats. Let's get out of this tower, please.
Yeah.
I want my boon. Is there treasure, or did we just? I feel like garbage.
I found the shield. That's the only thing that I saw. I mean, there's some bones, but it's by some
It's not
boar-eating vines.
There's no shiny rocks or pretty things. There's just this dusty smelling shield.
I mean, we're all here. We're all very pretty, and I think we should probably just get going.
You're right. You're right. You look even prettier in the golden robes I adorn everybody in my story. Hold on, let me find my notebook. I dropped it when it hit me with its giant skeletal or spectral tusks.
Golden robes. Oh, I need to get my knife. So we retrieve our things and
we
continue
get out of
forward.
Dodge.
Bjorn, we should
Yeah.
come back here sometime and burn these vines so no one else falls afoul of this thing.
Oh,
Damn that
Sounds-
board to every circle of hell.
that sounds like a plan.
Okay. So as you make your way to the other side, you begin to make your way winding through the mountain pass once again. Who's navigating?
Sten can keep it up if that's, he's still got the sort of pulls out the crumpled up map where he's shoved it into his gambus and sort of smears it out. He shows Tulami him turning it the right way up, and then we'll take a peek at it and try and figure out where we're to go. He's actually going to take a bit of charcoal and mark where the tower is on the map as well, for future reference. And then I'll make a survival roll. Is that right?
Yes, you will.
There any place in there coming up for a good nap?
We need, once we've got a bit of distance between here and where we're going. Well, sorry. Once we get a bit of distance from this tower, we can maybe find somewhere safe. I rolled a 17.
Okay. So as you make your way through, you notice up ahead in the skyline, you can see what appears to be a very large reptilian creature flying overhead. And I'm going to need stealth checks from everybody.
Yes. The thing half giants are known for, being stealthy.
Given the creature is so far away, and it's perhaps, I'm just assuming, of course, and I'm not, it's using vision more though so than perhaps hearing. Would I still have disadvantage from chainmail still?
I was gonna say, I'll cast guidance on that.
I'm gonna roll in your favor in that case. Yeah, you can roll it just a straight roll if you're rolling a disadvantage for stealth. You're excited, Alex, because you rolled high, didn't you?
I rolled some great numbers even with disadvantage. So
I'll cast guidance on motherfucking. I'm so sorry. I can't remember a single word right now in my entire brain.
is it me? Are you casting
Sighild.
guidance on-
Sighild.
Okay.
I will cast guidance on Sighild. Oh my sweet Lanta, what is wrong with me?
Okay.
Thank you. Also, as we are making our way through, I forgot to do this earlier. Sigurd is going to pat Tulami's shoulder and very quietly mutter a quick prayer and restore 5 HP because you did not get your HP reduced, your max HP reduced. So you get 5 HP back.
All right. So you all, Sten points out the Lenorm that is flying overhead, and you all manage to scoot along the sides of the canyon wall and go unnoticed before you proceed on after it continues to circle, looking for perhaps something to eat.
I'm starting to think that maybe the house wasn't a good deal. Maybe we should have asked for 5 houses.
Or like another person to help us slay
Maybe just
beasts.
like a lot of gold. Like I would have been happy with a lot of gold.
Look,
What about
okay.
an attack hound? That would have been really cool. No, we bought a house. It's great, Tulami. It's a great house. I don't mean to say it's not.
We haven't even seen the house yet.
We can always
Fair.
bargain.
Oh,
Or have
was...
we? We did. Wait, never mind. We did see it.
There's Lenorm's around. Can I try and see if I can plot a route that takes us sort of off the beaten path, so to speak, and tries to keep us in cover? And
Yeah, sure. Yes. Go ahead. Make a check there. Make a survival check. What'd you get?
15. Sorry, I muted myself.
15. Okay. All right. So you're trying to avoid basically being noticed, or
Just in case there's anything else that's watching from the sky, or perhaps or trying to keep us from being exposed, because we're injured. I might sacrifice a little bit of speed just for safety, because I don't want us to stumble into anything that might be lying in wait if there's anything else dangerous in this sort of pass or area we're in.
Okay. All right. So you managed to basically find a path that kind of has an what would you call that? A lip of stone that comes over the top, and it's very easy for you all to avoid any notice from anything that might be flying overhead. You don't see any more flying creatures, however, in the next few hours, as you come up to what appears like another chasm in front of you and a bridge over the front, and you can see, or over the top, and you can see that the dilapidated bridge spans that chasm. Entire chunks of stone have crumbled away, leaving dangerous gaps in the masonry. But for the most part, the bridge stands. Midway across the bridge, an impossibly large horn is set upon a stone plinth.
Define impossibly large.
It is, as I take out my measuring tool,
So big.
it is approximately 15 feet by, it's 15 feet wide, long, and maybe about 5 feet tall.
Is this a horn of an animal, or is it like a spooky trombone horn?
It is a horn with a so it has the metal banding in the center, and then it's carved of wood. So it is a horn that people use to yell through. And indeed, behind it, you see what appears to be a very large humanoid, only larger. And you see the greenish skin and the large handlebar mustache that pulls into a beard, and sort of rough features and a loincloth around its waist. Make a nature check.
It's a wild Hulk Hogan has appeared.
Are we all making the check?
Yeah, you can all make it.
Got an 11. As everybody's looking at the horn, I'll put my horn away and say it doesn't matter how big it is. I mean,
22.
14.
3.
Big 5 for Ectelina. Big 3 for Bjorn.
I got
3
this,
for
man.
Lemon. Toki, Seakield, Sten, you recognize what appears to be a forest troll.
Oh, no.
Do we know much about them? Are they generally...
Not very kind. Territorial, you might say.
I look at Sigurd and I say, is that Toki just being Toki, or is we should actually be scared?
Well, first of all, I don't think we need to be scared. We're a very capable group. She kind of glances at everybody who still looks a little haggard after the last encounter. We're a very capable group, so we don't need to be scared. But
Speak for yourself. As Toki rubs his shoulders and his joints as they ache really badly from the previous encounter. And he looks at the troll and he sighs heavily. I hope you are all prepared for this.
What are you doing? Or do you just mean this in general? Okay.
Yes, this in general.
See, here's the thing. Maybe we don't fight it directly. Maybe.
I mean, there has to be a way around it. I'm sure God wouldn't put something too big for us to, something we couldn't handle.
Which
Yeah,
god?
Why would that god do that?
I'm not going to name which one. I'm just, whichever one has decided that it's going to mess around with us today.
I don't even know what you're
what's-
talking about.
It's a troll. My mother told me all about trolls. It's greedy. It'll want to steal something from us, or it'll want something as a trophy. So we need to treat it like a jarl, and we need to make sure we hide anything that looks like it might want to keep it.
Hold on, there is a giant horn there. Now, it's not transportable, right? Not at its size, which means it can only be used as a warning signal that can be heard for miles.
Exactly.
So we are about to just walk up to this scout troll standing at the giant horn that I'm sure can be heard for many miles should he take just but a moment of his time and blow into it with his big troll mouth.
What I'm thinking is this bridge doesn't look too stable. Maybe we can make him trip a little or crumble a bit of the bridge.
He's the troll. What do we just talk to him?
You
we could
hear the
sneak up and
troll
slit its throat.
speak up, yelling over at you. I am Digger, and
Oh,
this
he
is
sees
the
us.
Vin
Okay.
Brew. Fill my pot or leave this spot.
Hell
What
yeah,
goes
brother.
into your pot?
I didn't realize he sees us. Well,
Digger.
Didn't realize he spoke in rhyme.
it's very impressive.
Yes.
Selena, you can make a friend.
Yes, I'll make a new friend. Carefully stride slightly closer to the...
Falling right next to her, shield up, not like defensively, but like ready to go.
Bjorn's gonna flank the other side.
Mhm.
What do we put in your pot, oh fair bridge guardian?
Treasure!
What is your favorite kind of treasure?
See, I told you so.
And you see the troll kind of sit back and scratch their chin. And reach down from behind the horn and like pull up a very large human-sized cauldron and hold up and like kind of rummage around in it before pulling out like a clutch of jewelry and then drops it back in and then scoops out something else and like it's a fistful of gold and then scoops again and then pulls out some looks like armor, drops it back in before they set the cauldron out in front of the horn.
Oh, okay. So you like most things. Do you mind if I just pop up here and try and see what I have that we could offer you? I got to rummage through some stuff. I'm not traveling light.
Show me.
Okay, I will come just a little tiny bit closer, not all the way, and I will hold up the things that I am looking for in my bag right now.
I also have a little bit of gold, and Seahild leans a little closer to Sten and lowers her voice a bit and goes, you also have that spare shield. I don't know how attached you are to the one that the Jarl gave you. I'm assuming not too much, but maybe it'd be rude to give it away.
Let's see, troll. I have honorable digger. I have these earrings that were gifts from my mother, and they're very nice. And I'll put them
Oh, don't.
in the pot. And I
From
have
your
these
mother.
fine clothes that I would normally wear to impress a very handsome jarl. But I would rather be alive, so you can also have them if you want.
As this is happening, Stan's going to stand up and he's going to stride forward and he's going to laugh sort of in a stage. He's like, you don't want any of that stuff. You want what I've got to give you.
I have
So,
5 gold
reaches out.
pieces.
Ugh. That says if you have an eye for real treasure, he says, sort
Oh.
of challengingly.
Sten, you wouldn't be thinking of giving that up, would you?
No,
you
you
couldn't.
never give that up.
Give what up?
well-
What's he giving up? What's going on?
You know, the treasure, Bjorn. You know the treasure.
Oh, the treasure. Oh no. That treasure would feed us for generations.
We're supposed to bring that back to the Jarl. It's the sacred shield of his ancestors.
Are we supposed to bring that back? I don't remember.
No,
They-
not the shield. I meant the endless water skin of unending mead that you brought back from the halls of Valhalla itself. Then sort of
You
Ah,
would not Such a
Forgot about
treasure.
that treasure.
But this troll in his cauldron just has gems and gold and rings and things. He probably doesn't even like mead.
Oh. Go ahead and make a deception check at advantage then.
Do a
What'd you get?
little bamboozling.
18.
Okay. All right. That sounds nice.
Does, but I don't know. Are you sure that you wouldn't just get so drunk that we'd be able to just steal all your things? Are you wise enough not to drink from it until we've passed by?
You can't trick me. I won't get too drunk. I'm big.
But this is of the gods. You should probably wait until we're far away from your treasure before you try drinking its infinite depths.
Of
It's
the
true. It's very
gods.
strong mead. It's very strong.
But it gets you as drunk as water. But never mind. I didn't mean to add that to the lie.
Go ahead and roll deception again. Because you're asking for something different.
No, I only got 6.
Advantage this time.
You drink. Show me. Your friends can carry you.
Since I am one of the lighter people here, and Tulami is not of age to drink technically, although we kind of skimmed the rules on that because they are a big boy. Do you mind if I be the one to drink? I will be easier to carry.
Show me the effects of this skin.
Right, okay, naturally. Take it from Sten and
Oh, and Sten sort of looks very reluctant. He's like trying, but he's not very good at performance, so it probably just a bit clumsy, but he hands it over at last.
thank you. All right, Digger the Great, guardian of the horn and of the bridge. I will show you what is that.
You better enjoy your final drink from the flask of the gods.
Not sponsored by Red Bull.
Poor Ectelina.
Yes.
She'll drink herself to death.
Oh, watch out.
That was a big swig for someone her size.
I know, I really overestimated.
Olina. Oh, and Bjorn's
Immediately
going to
goes
like.
catch. Yeah.
You are very big, Bjorn.
Put it in my pot. Put it in my pot.
Oh, okay, pot.
Gotcha.
Yes, I will put it right in your pot.
I'm glad we all misheard.
I thought this troll was gonna mine. I
Anyways.
put this drunkenly slam dunk it into the pot. Thank
Alright.
you so much, Forest Troll.
All right. The troll is going to move over and grab his giant cauldron and then move over to back behind the horn, sort of like jealously clutching the pot and staring at you suspiciously now that he has it.
Oh, Ectelina, you
No.
better let's keep you going. We got places to go, and
Yeah.
Can't believe we were outsmarted
I'll
by
take
such
her.
an attractive troll.
You really need to stop or quit while you're ahead. That's what my mom always told me, Stan.
and so we
You're-
stumble our way past while supporting the drunk Ectelina.
You guys are my best friends. Goodbye, troll.
Our best friend. How
Slowly picking up
How-
the pace as we go.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
as-
just like-
as
how long is this bridge?
This bridge is quite long. The measuring tool will show you. These squares are. It is approximately 200 feet wide. So it's,
I'm sorry, I love how slowly they float across the
Yeah.
screen.
yeah.
Meow.
It's because I changed the aspect ratio to make everything seem to scale with the tokens, but
It makes sense. It just
yeah.
Really funny.
Yeah.
Meow.
All right. That's not necessary.
I'm sorry.
Why would we not do it if it's gonna
Math
move at a
privileges
glacial
revoked.
pace? It's cute.
You're making fun of my map. Okay.
Dude, I liked it.
It was
Okay.
nice.
So, yeah, I didn't make it, but Heroic Maps made it, and it's fantastic. So anyway,
Yeah, heroic maps.
not sponsored, but y'all cross the bridge, and I imagine hustle away from the troll before he gets a taste of the skin there.
Yeah.
Wow, that was cool. That was a really good idea, Stan. That was a really good idea.
Very
It's
smart.
just like in the stories. My mom.
You know,
used to-
I didn't know
Speaking
you
of
had
stories,
an endless mead skin. I wish I would have known that sooner.
oh Bjorn, my precious,
Bjorn.
beautiful Bjorn.
I thought you were going to give him the shield, and I wouldn't have let that happen. But, you know, mead's a small price to pay to get across, I suppose.
We might need to take a different route back.
That would be wise, or come back with a big sword. I
Maybe
don't
big-
know.
I have a big axe. Does that help?
I don't think, honestly, given how the boar went and how I thought it was going to go, I don't think that we should fight the troll. At the worst, we could see him again and apologize for being dirty liars and not actually mean it, because lying is what we do. We're adventurers.
I think the best option on our way back is going to be to take our time and take a different route, because we're not going to be on a time crunch, because we're supposed to meet these folks, supposed to be meeting them out of character at sundown, right? Or something along those lines. I should take notes.
Yes.
I take some notes,
Yes.
just not very good notes.
Well,
No.
Supposed to be
I'm-
meeting them at sundown, so you know, on our way back we won't have a deadline to meet, so we can just sort of whoop.
I'm still not feeling too great from the boar and whatnot. I think I just need, you know, time to take just a short nap. Oh, you know.
yeah.
I think that would do us all a little good.
It'll give me some time to write, or at least make an outline for the Tale of the Phantom. Or parentheses boar.
Working title, I see.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't exist in the compendium on the internet.
Is there any spot in the map coming up that we could use to rest in?
Let's see. I still want to get some distance from the troll now. It's so many dangerous things out here.
We
It's
should
not like the
probably
forest at all.
we should probably put at least a mile in. I think another 45 minutes away. That way we can get a little headway and we can take a rest there. And
Yeah, I think a little distance and then a quick little rest.
Okie dokie.
he's going to be hollering when he's still sober in an hour. So
Well, he's so big. I think he'll probably run out of what water was left in there first. Oh, I should have said that it takes hours to refill.
we didn't. You did great for the time that we had. Don't even beat yourself up.
Okay, so using the map and letting Talami take point again, but sort of navigating, I'll see if we can find, as we're walking along the road, we'll keep an eye out for somewhere defendable and secluded for us to maybe make a small camp.
Yeah, cool. So you make your way and you find a bit of a off the beaten path, sort of a cubby within the side of the mountainside that you can comfortably make a defensible position and then also be out of sight.
Ugh. Wow.
Looking forward
This
to
is
being out
fun.
of the city for a while, but it's a bit dangerous out here.
Just a bit dangerous, yeah.
No, I
Unless-
think I could take him in a round two, though. You know, if I were at full strength, I think I could have taken that troll. Just saying, not bragging or anything, but I think
I believe you. I
Oh,
believe you.
absolutely.
Thanks. I needed to hear that. I'm not really
I
feeling
would-
myself
I
after that.
I
whore.
didn't actually mean it. I just needed to hear you
I
say
just
it.
needed. I just needed to hear it to believe it. Thank you.
Validation is important.
Yes,
understand.
yes, you're very strong, Bjorn.
It's just that it feels like I'm supposed to be able to protect you, and then I don't get to do that. And
My strength comes from friendship.
I'm rambling. Either way, we should take our
I'm
nap
sorry.
quick and then get on the way.
I wasn't making fun of you, Alex. It just
No, it's fine. I thought it was funny.
It's like friendship is magic.
I was gonna ask if we could offer the troll the treasure of friendship, but I thought that was too corny.
Oh,
I don't think that's
maybe
too
on the way
corny.
back. Maybe on the
I was
Maybe on
going
the way
to
back.
give him the Lindworm
Making a
scales, but I didn't know if those would consider treasures or not.
We had a friend die for you to get those. Let's not ever give them away. They're trophies of the fact that we
It's
are
not like
still
he's
alive.
dead.
All right.
Well, I didn't get too hurt during that, so why don't you all just shut your eyes for a bit and I'll keep an eye out.
I'd appreciate it.
Honestly, I appreciate it, but my insides, I feel like I'm going to be this deathly nauseous for at least until I get some sleep. So
I
Go ahead
believe
and
it.
give me perception check there, Seakild, as everybody takes their short rest.
I'm not taking a short rest.
I
Nat
I am
20
at-
for 22.
All right.
7.
You, Seakilds, see kind of in the distance, there is some passerbys on a nearby path, and you manage to warn the rest of the party to be quiet for a short while if any are making any noise with a perception like that, and avoid drawing attention to the group during the rest. Okay. Everybody can hit their short rest buttons. That's fine.
Does the short rest return necrotic damage?
Nope.
Nope, but I was also very low on health outside of that.
All right. Well,
Okay.
y'all feeling a little bit better? And I really need to stop throwing y'alls in there with her really bad Irish accent. It just doesn't mix very well. But if everybody is feeling
You lot.
All right.
a little
Keep on.
better,
This isn't okay.
Oh.
in it.
Oh,
Um,
I'm sorry.
Boy, there we go. We're heading through the mountains of it.
I do an American accent, but I'm not very good.
Stupid.
You have a license to do that accent?
Stupid, innit?
So if we're all feeling a little bit more
Yeah.
rested, why don't we get going?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. I think it's time to move.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
All right. So
Sorry,
as
Stan.
Keep going.
continue. So after a couple more hours, it's starting to grow very late. We're approaching dusk now, and you see before you that the path slopes downward, and there's a cavernous entrance with very little light inside, and you are finally approaching the proposed
one of those-
meeting place.
It's one of those dark caves.
I'm not going in there
As-
like this.
As opposed to, I mean, this was the whole point, was to go into.
I mean, sure, but I don't want to die.
You know, that is a fair point.
It's wise. We should only commit as few people as possible. If they try and ambush us, then we can call for help, and they won't know our numbers.
Do
I
we
just-
know how far into the tunnel we need to go? Because if I remember right, it's like a decent distance. Is it marked on our map at all?
Is it marked on our map?
So it is going to be a little bit of a maze through the tunnel system itself. There are some branches that it looks like are not accounted for, even as you're looking in through the first part of the cavern. You can see that it branches off both left and right, and yeah. So
We
you're
see
gonna have to
any,
figure it out.
Can we check and see maybe if there's any activity of previous passerbys in the cavern?
Sure, I'll go ahead and make a survival check.
I can
Toki the
help do that.
Wise.
8.
You know, it's hard to tell with all the erosion and such. I mean, might have been animals, might have been people. It's hard to say.
Could I try, knowing the way they work?
Oh, you know that these are traversed regularly.
Oh, okay.
You just know, yeah.
Well, I think the question then is, do
Right
we
or
want-
left? Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Do we want to risk taking a rest and seeing if everybody, heals up? And also being late to our meeting and maybe being seen by scouts? Or
We
do
might
we
as
want
well.
to risk going in like this in case it is an ambush or we run into trouble?
I mean,
Stan
we should probably go.
looks around. It's like this is too exposed. We'd need to go back up into the foothills to find somewhere safe, because people would be coming in out of here, and goodness knows what other creatures.
Look, honestly, as much as I deeply hate it, I think that we just need to go to this meeting as we are and hope that they are not the opposite of Tulami, where they are, what did we think of the Svatafar? And, they stab us in the back,
I
literally.
don't like that
stab
smile,
us.
Friday.
Well,
But
know-
we could always get lost and starve on the way there, so I guess it's not that big of a deal.
I'm as rested as I could be, and I think a few Saltvar agents aren't anything I should be worried about at this point. So I think if they are going to betray us, I think I can handle it at the very least. Being up front.
Toki, were you going to be do the thing with the wings and?
Well, maybe. These caves look a little bit more
Can you turn into a bat?
intricate. I think so, if I really tried.
I'm just
I
saying,
believe in
for a
ya.
cave, I don't know. An owl might be a little too big.
I think a bat would be good.
Well, these are your stomping grounds, Tulami. Do you know how to navigate these things?
I mean, for the most part, I don't know where that came from. I stayed away for the most part. I was told like boogeyman stories and did not want to run into what we've run into, like that boar. But I mean, it's pretty easy to tell. They have markings on the walls. So if you just watch for where they marked, you should be able to figure it out.
Do they
Salami.
have traps usually?
Oh yeah, lot.
Oh,
What kind of
Not
animals would you find scurrying around in one of these tunnels that won't raise
Horse.
Animals.
wouldn't raise suspicion?
Off the top of my head, Friday, help.
bats?
We say frogs for National Frog Day.
Can you like OP?
Salamanders, giant salamanders, bats, and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, bats was the first thing, but I don't know what kind of fighting ability that you would have with that.
It is a CR0 creature.
Yeah.
Think a bat is a
Me
stealth
too.
creature, not a fighting extra
Yeah.
HP creature.
You want
Though a
to use-
giant salamander sounds great.
Wait, Bjorn, did you say me too to a CR0 creature?
No, Alex said me
Oh,
to a zero
okay.
CR creature.
Maybe it would be like, we're in a mead hall and you see a rat scurrying through the reeds on the ground, and maybe they wouldn't think to look twice at something like that.
Well, let's just get closer to this meeting spot and we'll...
Do you
We'll go
think
from
that
there.
Toki and I could go sneak forward and do sort of scouting mission, see if it is dangerous? Because if they see my face, I'm Svaltavar, they wouldn't question just me. They probably wouldn't just kill me if they're... I'm sorry, do you get what I'm saying? Let's go scout it out first.
Well, Tulami, it actually reminds me of a fun story that I learned at college. Did anyone ever tell you about the tale of the clever animal?
That's not a tale that a bard would normally tell you.
No. It is a fun story nonetheless. Maybe if we get closer, I can tell you all about the clever animal.
Possible for a human to learn this power? Sorry, please continue.
Yes,
This is
it's
terrible joke.
possible. It's possible for a human. Definitely did learn this power, for sure.
Wait, is this a story or a power?
It's a story, but if I tell it good enough, maybe the gods will give you a little something special to remind you of the clever animal that you are.
Okay. So are we all going, or is it just going to be me and Toki?
I want to go with you.
Okay, let's go.
You're very capable and I trust you. And I think this is a good idea. I'm just worried because that's just who I am as a person. But I think this is a good idea. Do we want to say half an hour? If you don't return, we come in and find you?
I think we should just meet
Might
with
be
them.
too long.
You think we should just go?
I believe so.
If
You know what they say, strength in numbers.
If you hear dissonant whispers, it's because we are under attack.
Yeah, I think with our current state, I think maybe sticking together is probably for the best. Again, I want to be supportive because, Tulami, like I said, you're a very capable young man.
Well, showing up with our full numbers, it includes a sense of honesty and transparency. Not like a sneak attack's going to happen because here we all are, right in his group.
Yup. All right, well, let's get going then.
Wait, before we enter, let's gather in a second. So Sten takes the thong from his horn and puts it out. Everybody put your hand on this. Okay. And he sort of starts to mutter under his chest, under his breath, and there's a sort of a faint blue glow on the horn that sort of spreads out to everybody as he uses aid to give everybody 5 extra HP.
Yeah.
The next 8 hours.
We love to see 10th HP. And I believe with aid, it can be healed into and it lasts 8 hours.
Yeah, it raises your max HP by 5 and gives you 5 HP. So you basically just reverse a little bit of the necrotic stuff.
Note.
Thanks. He says, Sten sort of looks a bit like shrugs to himself, just puts the horn back on. Right, lead on. I can't see in the dark.
Thanks, Sten. That was really cool.
All right,
Yeah, thank
and
you.
as you move through the cavern, you feel the temperature dropping noticeably as you come upon the large chamber, and the walls are thick or slick with thin layers of ice, and the floor of the cavern is a frozen pool, and upwellings of rock burst through the glossy surface at intervals, forming a stepping stone path of sorts, affording access to the tunnel exit that you've entered from. And that's where we're gonna stop for today.
All right. How exciting.
Thanks for joining us
Yeah, thank
here on
you.
Kobold Press
Woo!
for Thrones and Bones. We
And
will
happy
continue.
birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday. And we will
Happy
continue
birthday.
next week, same bat time, same bat channel. If we want to do sign-offs real quick, we'll start with Sten, who doesn't exist on the internet.
I don't exist on the internet, but you can find me on Friday and Folks, the Discord server, which I'll put into the channel in a moment. Please come and hang out and play Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop role-playing games. This weekend, I ran a one-shot in the Conan the Barbarian role-playing game from Modiphius, and I have other ones that I'm hoping to run for people in the future. We also have cool times and cool memes, and you'll get updates about all of the stuff that Friday's doing and stuff like that. Cool. And I'm going to throw the ball directly at Ectelina, or rather the person who plays Ectelina. I've forgotten their name. I'm a terrible friend. Bye.
First of all, I was about to tell you how killer you are in the meme game, but now I think I'm not going to. Hi, my name is Mackenzie. You can find me here on Sundays. doing Ectolina stuff on Thrones and Bones. You can find me on Twitter or on Instagram at Kenzie the Han. And then Tuesdays, starting next week, Empire of the Ghoul Season 2 is back. I am ready with a vengeance now. Ready to go. So tune in next Tuesday. It is 3 p.m. Eastern, if I am not mistaken, correct? Or 3 p.m. Pacific. If I'm not mistaken. So super excited for that. Yeah. Kick it off to my boy Will.
I've heard the Empire of the Ghouls.
No.
It's your
is
boy,
amazing.
Nick Bo, aka Will. Peep me on Twitter at the link in the Twitch chat. I play D&D on Sundays here, obviously, with Kobold Press, and Friday. I also play at twitch.tv/Gambit Mondays and occasionally Wednesdays now. Check me out if you like me. If you don't like me, same. Gonna pass it off to my pal, Alex.
It's me. I'm his pal Al. You can find me on Twitter and TikTok at ActorFeet. And you can also find me when Empire of the Ghoul starts up, playing my baby boy Iskander. And you can also find me in a couple of other podcasts here and there. And I have some, I swear to you, I have things going on in my life that you are going to want to see, and I will let you know as soon as they happen. But that's all for me. I'm going to pass it over to my good friend Mirage.
That's a me. Wahoo. Hi, I'm Ultramirage. You can find me literally anywhere as Ultramirage. Sometimes there's an underscore in there. I am an artist. My commissions are open. You can see my art at Ultramirage Art on Twitter. Please commission me. I do a lot of D&D stuff. I do character design. I do group pictures. And hi, I play game. So I'll go ahead and pass it off to Adina.
They're an elf IRL.
Hello,
It's
I'm
true.
Adina.
These are real.
And I play this on Sundays, and I'm also in a campaign called The Wild Beyond the Witchlight on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, that's all I'm doing right now. I'm on Twitter at Podcast Fanatic and Pod Fanatic, and that's all the social media I use.
Cool. Is that me then?
It is you.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's here to see you.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
take it
you
back.
can find me on Twitter is Friday TV. Okay, bye.
Bye.